Hello, Mark Lanier here with your video thought for the day. I'm frequently asked by especially younger people, but even people who do what I do and all, they say, I want my life to be successful. Now, generally they mean that in a worldly sense, but they come to me and they say, what advice would you have for me, for my life to be successful? And the advice that I give is advice that I want to give everybody today for being successful in the midst of not just the coronavirus, but in the midst of life in general. And I think a good way to do that is from Psalm 108, verse 13. The psalmist said, with God, we shall do valiantly. It is He who will tread down our foes. In other words, with God, we will have the victory. We'll do valiantly, but it's He who's going to tread down our foes. He's the reason we have the victory. So with this idea in mind, I want you to take a moment today and just ask yourself, who are your foes today? Or maybe more importantly, what are your foes today? Generally, we're not in battle against the Philistines. We're not worried about the Assyrian army or the Egyptian army or the Babylonian army or whomever might be our physical aggressor. With us generally in society today, the foes that we face are much more personal. So what are your foes today? Fear, uncertainty, anger, hostility? Do you fight against the idea of having a good disposition? Is anger your enemy that you have to come to grips with? Is fear, worry, uncertainty, economic despair? Maybe your financial situation, your financial concerns, relationship turmoil. You're in lockdown with someone that's driving you crazy, or the opposite, loneliness. You're in lockdown without someone to drive you crazy. Maybe it's sickness. Maybe it's health. Whatever it is, my advice to you is no different than it would be to a high school kid who asked me, hey, what wisdom can you give me being an old guy? My advice to you is find God, learn of God, walk with God, embrace God, cling to God. Because as the psalmist said, with God, we shall do valiantly. It is He who will tread down our foes. And that's victorious living, not only during Corona, but any day of the week. If this message blesses you, would you think of someone to forward it to or to send the link to? Would you like us down below, or would you subscribe to our YouTube information? All that does is show us that we're blessing others with these messages, and it makes us want to keep doing them. And by us, I don't mean just me, but special shout out to Brent Johnson and to Janet Seifert, who do the editing and put these out there. So thank you guys, love you guys, and I pray for everybody watching this. May God bless you and keep you today, and may you live valiantly because He treads down your foes.